Ever wonder what a wedding was like 2,000 years ago? Forget what you've seen in movies. For the Roman elite, marriage wasn't just a party. It was a deeply sacred and politically charged ceremony called confarreatio. This wasn't for everyone. It was the exclusive right for the patricians, the ancient Roman 1%, and it was steeped in traditions so old, even the Romans themselves were fascinated by it. So, what made confarreatio so special? Let's start with the vows. You might have heard the famous Latin phrase, ubi tu Gaius, ibi ego Gaia. It translates to where you are Gaius, there I am Gaia. This wasn't just a romantic sentiment. It was a legal and spiritual declaration. Gaius was a common Roman name, like John or Michael today. By saying this, the bride wasn't just joining her husband. She was symbolically becoming part of his very identity, his family, and his legacy. She was entering his household, his domus not as a guest, but as a new mistress, mater familias in her own right. This phrase signified a complete transfer of her life from her father's authority to her husband's. It was the ultimate commitment, binding them together under the watchful eyes of the gods. The name confarreatio itself gives us a clue to its central element. It comes from the Latin word ferium which means spelt, a type of ancient wheat. The core of the ceremony was the sharing of a spelt cake, the panis farias baked by the Vestal virgins themselves. This wasn't just a snack. Sharing this sacred bread before the Pontifex Maximus, the high priest of Rome, and the Flamen Dialis, the priest of Jupiter, was the act that sealed the marriage. It symbolized the couple's new life together, a shared destiny nourished by the earth and blessed by the state religion. It represented their joint duty to provide for the family and, by extension, for Rome itself. This act was so significant that it was considered an indissoluble bond, a marriage in manum placing the wife legally and spiritually under her husband's control. Divorce was almost unheard of and incredibly difficult. Now, who got to witness this momentous event? This wasn't a casual affair with a few friends. A confarreatio wedding required exactly 10 witnesses. Why 10? The number itself was symbolic, representing the first 10 senators of Rome, the original heads of the great patrician families. These witnesses weren't just passive observers. They were active participants, representing the community and the state. Their presence legitimized the union, confirming that it met all legal and religious requirements. It showed that this marriage wasn't just a private contract between two people, but a public institution vital to the fabric of Roman society. Having these 10 men, all respected members of the patrician class, bear witness, elevated the marriage to an event of state importance. Let's talk about the fashion, because the bride's attire was a spectacle of symbolism. She would wear a special white woolen tunic called the tunica recta or the straight tunic. It was woven in a single piece on an upright loom, an ancient method symbolizing her purity and domestic skill. This tunic was tied at the waist with a special woolen belt, the cingulum fastened with a knot of Hercules. This knot was not meant to be easily untied. In fact, only the groom was allowed to untie it, and only on their wedding night. This act symbolized the release of the bride's fertility and the consummation of the marriage. It was a powerful, intimate moment steeped in ancient beliefs about strength, protection, and the continuation of the family line, as Hercules was a hero known for his many children. Over her head, the bride wore a vibrant, flame-colored veil known as the flammeum. This wasn't just a pop of color. The fiery orange-yellow hue was meant to evoke the appearance of a flame, symbolizing the eternal fire of the goddess Vesta, the protector of the Roman hearth and home. By wearing it, the bride was declaring herself the new priestess of her household's domestic hearth. She was taking on the sacred duty of keeping the family's own hearth fire burning, both literally and metaphorically. The *flameum* was so iconic that the Latin word for to marry, nuber*, literally means to veil oneself. It was the ultimate symbol of a Roman bride. Her hair was another crucial element. It would be divided into 6 locks, called the sexcrines*, separated by the point of a spear. This was a very ancient ritual, possibly dating back to the time when brides were captured in raids. The spear, a symbol of war, was now being used to prepare a bride for a life of peace and domesticity, transforming a symbol of conquest into one of union. The 6 locks themselves were meant to mirror the hairstyle of the Vestal Virgins, again linking the bride to the sacred duties of purity, piety, and the protection of the Roman home. Every detail, from the tunic to the veil to the hairstyle, was a message, a story, and a prayer for the future. The day of the wedding was chosen with extreme care. Certain days were considered unlucky, or *nefasti*, and marriages were forbidden. The entire month of May was off limits, as was the first half of June, due to religious festivals for the dead. The ideal time was the second half of June, a period considered auspicious for new beginnings. On the wedding day, the ceremony would often begin at the bride's family home. After the rites, a lively procession would escort the bride to her new home. People would shout jokes, sing playful songs, and toss nuts to the crowd, symbolizing a departure from childhood and a wish for fertility. When the procession reached the groom's house, another set of rituals began. The bride would anoint the doorposts with oil and wool, symbols of prosperity and domesticity. She wouldn't walk through the door herself. Instead, she would be lifted over the threshold by attendants. This was done to prevent her from tripping a terrible omenant, to symbolize her reluctant, modest departure from her father's home and her forceful, yet protected, entry into her husband's. Once inside, the groom would offer her fire and water, the essential elements of life, which she would touch to formally accept her new role. The ceremony would then conclude with a feast, a celebration of the new union with family and friends. So why did this elaborate ritual eventually fade away? *Conferatio* was tied to the strictest, most ancient form of Roman religion and social structure. To even qualify, both the bride and groom had to be patricians, and their parents also had to have been married by *Conferatio*. This created an increasingly small pool of eligible candidates. Furthermore, the priests required for the ceremony, like the Flamen Dialis, had to be born from such a union. By the time of the Roman Empire, it became incredibly difficult to even find priests who met the qualifications. The historian Tacitus tells us that by the reign of Emperor Tiberius, the ritual had become so rare that the rules had to be relaxed just to find someone to fill the role of Jupiter's high priest. As Roman society evolved, other, more flexible forms of marriage became popular. These unions, known as *simanu*, allowed the wife to remain under her father's legal authority and retain control of her own property. This was far more appealing to many wealthy families than the strict control of *Conferatio*. Women gained more independence, and the rigid, patriarchal structure that *Conferatio* represented began to seem outdated. The ceremony, once the gold standard of Roman marriage, became a relic of a bygone era, a beautiful and complex piece of history that tells us so much about what the early Romans valued: family, duty, tradition, and the sacred bonds that held their world together. This ancient ceremony is a fascinating window into the past, showing us that a wedding can be so much more than just a celebration of love. It can be a statement of social status, a political act, and a profound religious experience all rolled into one. Thank you so much for journeying back in time with me to explore the rites of *Conferatio*. If you enjoyed this glimpse into ancient Rome, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more dives into forgotten history. See you next time.